iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. We're going to get to one bold prediction in just a few moments. But right now, I'm going to get you some news. First of all, not good news for Drew Smiley owners. He's saying that Drew Smiley dealing with an arm issue. They don't know what it is yet. They haven't revealed anything. But he didn't feel great in his last bullpen session. That's not good news. I never want to hear my pitcher saying, yeah, my arm doesn't feel great. Not before the season's starting. Now, you know that Drew Smiley missed a lot of 2015 with a torn labrum. Hopefully it's not that. Certainly, hopefully it's not Tommy John. We'll have to see. Keep your fingers crossed. I know a lot of people really like Drew Smiley this year. That would be a monumental loss to fantasy owners. I don't want to say monumental. Big loss. I don't want to say big loss. Let's say pretty big loss. All right? Because I think people are counting on Smiley. Next. A.J. Hinch has finally decided that Alex Bregman is going to bat second. This is what fantasy owners have been waiting for. This was the shining moment. Alex Bregman hitting second. Springer, right? Bregman. Correa. Well, that's true. Altuve, Correa, Beltran. That's a nice little start. That's a nice little start right there. So, Alex Bregman, bump him up your draft boards. If he's somehow available in your league or you haven't drafted yet, you got to raise him in your draft boards. You have to. Okay. Thankfully, the Tigers have decided that Anibal Sanchez is pretty much done and he will not be in the rotation. I could have told you that 3 years ago, but Matt Boyd will be the starter. All right. Matt Boyd was a guy that they couldn't look past. I like him for a buck. I do. I may even write his name down. I don't know why I didn't have his name written down, but I need to. I'm going to put him down right here. You're going to hear it live on a podcast where Dr. Roto adds Matt Boyd. There you go, the click, to my sheet of guys who I have interest in. I think there's upside there. He looked really good in the spring. Really good in the spring. 21 strikeouts, 0 walks. So I'm willing to give him a shot. I'm willing to take a look and see whether or not he could do it during the year. There's pedigree there. I'll tell you guys who I'm afraid of. Amir Garrett and Rookie Davis. Could you imagine that starting rotation? Now pitching for the Reds, Scott Feldman, Brandon Finnegan, Bronson Arroyo, Rookie Davis, and Amir Garrett. Blah, that's awful. Blah. Really bad. So don't invest there, except if you're playing in DFS. Might want to stack against those chumps. Drew Hutchinson let up 9 runs over 3 2/3 innings against the Red Sox. He has been sent down to AAA. I would guess that Tyler Glasnow will be the 5th starter. I'm ready to see what he can do. Tyon and Glasnow. Let's get it done now, Pirates. Let's make it happen. Really, let's make it happen. Delino DeShields could be the guy in the outfield for the Rangers. So I've got to think that very few people, I don't know if he's even been drafted in some of my leagues. I got to think he's got to be on the radar because if he's going to be the everyday guy in left field batting leadoff, he's very interesting. So keep your eyes on DeShields. Keep your eyes on him. Fast guy, not a lot of power, but I think he's of interest. He's Jared Dyson to me. Certainly Jared Dyson. Joe Girardi, not sure whether or not Aaron Judge is going to be the starter. Look, he's hit pretty well this spring, right? He's got 3 home runs. He's hitting like 327. If he's not starting now, when is he going to start? This is as good a spring as he's going to have. Is his spring going to be better? Seriously, is his spring going to be better than this? So I think you got to roll him out there. I think Aaron Hicks is your 4th outfielder, and you use him wherever you need. But I think you go with Aaron Judge. I think you give him a shot. I do. Tyler Thornburg, right shoulder impingement. So Carson Smith, Drew Pomerantz, Tyler Thornburg. I would either fire the Red Sox team doctors or figure something out here. Why is every pitcher the Red Sox getting a trade injured? Why is that? Why is that happening? Seriously, why is that happening? Somebody tell me why that's happening. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Seems absolutely wild that everybody the Red Sox gets in a trade is injured, especially as a pitcher. And then the worst part was Drew Pomerantz, they knew he was injured, but yet they still traded Anderson Espinoza. That was just stupid. I'm going to give up my best minor leaguer for a guy who's injured just because I'm so desperate for an arm? Yeah, not loving that. All right, one bold prediction. That's right, we're going to do it right here, right now. I don't know if I'm going to give them all away. I may give a few away. I may make you read my article on scoutfantasy.com. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I might even give you extra here in this podcast. Who knows what I'm capable of? But I'm going to start it out with the Baltimore Orioles. My one bold prediction. Kevin Gausman. Wins 15 games, ERA of 3.2. I'm in. I'm all in on Gausman. He's my guy. But I'll give you this one. I'll throw out this one to you. I like Dylan Bundy too. I think Dylan Bundy is capable of a good year. But I'm all in on Gausman. So he's worth that. I think as a starting pitcher 3, he's a guy I'm looking at. He's a guy I'm looking at as an SP3. And I think you should as well. I think this is the year he finally breaks through. Kevin Gausman. My one bold prediction. 15 games, ERA of 3.2, whip of 1.15 for the Red Sox. This is the American League bold prediction. We'll do the National League one tomorrow. My bold prediction. I like Eduardo Rodriguez. I think he becomes the legitimate number 3 starter in this team and beats the Yankees 3 times this year when they play. 3 times Eduardo Rodriguez beats the Yankees and helps the Red Sox get to the playoffs. Sale, Porcello, don't worry about David Price. I'm in on Eduardo Rodriguez. That's the guy. And I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a bonus. I like Joe Kelly. I think Joe Kelly could be interesting this year. I might even write that one down too. If Tyler Thornburg is injured, and he's out for a month or so, I think Joe Kelly's a setup man. And I have interest. I do. I have interest. All right. For the Chicago White Sox, my one bold prediction, and this one is bold. Bold. Yoan Moncada. Rookie of the year. Hits 15 home runs and steals 30 bases. Love this guy. The only question is, when do they bring him up? Not if, but when. The guy can mash. Now, he's going to strike out a lot. He might hit 220, 230, but I think he hits 15 home runs, and if he gets on base, he's stealing it. So, will it be a Tyler Saladino injury? Will it be a Todd Frazier trade? Will it be a Melky Cabrera trade? I don't know, but I am in on Yoan Moncada, and my prediction is we will be talking about Yoan Moncada as a first or second round pick in next year's draft. That's the kind of talent I see there. That's the kind of talent I see there. All right. My one bold prediction for the Cleveland Indians. Jason Kipnis gets 100 at-bats this year. He goes in for season-ending surgery in May on the rotator cuff. Done. So you better if you have him now, you better figure out an option. You better figure out an option. You're going to need it. You're going to need the option because I don't think he plays this year. That is my bold prediction. For the Detroit Tigers, my one bold prediction. Well, with J.D. Martinez injured, right, and not where he needs to be at all. So the question is, when does J.T. Martinez come back? I say he's back in June, right, at the earliest. If he's back in June, they're going to need somebody to bat lower in that order. So even though I like Nick Castellanos to hit second, I think he moves further down in the order and becomes an RBI machine. So I really do like Nick Castellanos this year to have a big, big year. I'm in on him. I am. I like him a lot. A lot. I'm saying 30 home runs and 90 RBIs. That's my bold prediction there. For the Houston Astros, my bold prediction. Ken Giles puts up 50 saves. Count them. 5-0, baby. The 5-0. 50. The 50 burger. I think he's dominant. I think the pitching staff is better than people think. Keuchel, McCullers, McHugh, Morton, Musgrove, Fires. I think the bullpen is good. Davinsky, Gregerson, Harris, Sip. I think Giles comes in and mows him down for one inning at a time, and he's somebody that people are looking at. Kansas City Royals, the moose is loose. I like Mike Moustakas to get back to 30 home runs and 90 RBIs this year. That is my bold prediction. Maybe that's not that bold. Maybe that's predicted, but I think Moustakas is much better than people are giving him credit for. Much. Not a little better. Much better. Significantly better. Don't forget, this guy was on the way to being terrific before he got derailed by injury. All right, speaking of terrific, my Los Angeles Angels bold prediction, Cam Bedrosian wins the closer's job outright by May 1 and saves 30 games or more. And I'll give you a backup one. I like Tyler Skaggs too. I think he emerges in this rotation and becomes very fantasy relevant. Very fantasy relevant. So take a look on him. I like him. Skaggs and Bedrosian. For the Minnesota Twins, don't laugh. I'm just throwing this out here. What if Byung-Ho Park hit 25 home runs? The guy's been hitting very well in the spring. And you know what? How about the fact that this is a post-type sleeper? I went into drafts last year targeting Byung-Ho Park, and he was Byung-Ho Crapola. He was disgusting with a side of nastiness. But you know what? He can hit. And they put him on waivers, and nobody wanted him. They were like, no, this guy's junk. Please get this vomit off my roster. Nobody wanted him. But you know what? I think he can play. And I think he gets 25 home runs this year. Now, I think a bold prediction might be Byron Buxton. I'm not going there. I think a bold prediction could be Max Kepler. I'm not going there. I think a bold prediction might be Miguel Sano. I'm not going there. Here's where I'll go. Brandon Kinsler, good closer. Holds a job for the year and does a decent job. My prediction. That is my prediction. All right, the New York Yankees. Greg Bird solidifies himself as the Yankees' full-time first baseman, hits 35 dingers, and we're not talking about Chris Carter anymore. Chris Carter becomes the backup. It's done. It's over. Greg Bird is the man for the Yankees at first base. 35 home runs. Greg Bird, bold prediction. For the Oakland A's, my bold prediction, I'm picking Cotton this year. That's right, Jarrell Cotton. I think his strikeout to walk ratio is 5-1. 5-1. But the downside is I don't think that he's going to win many games because I don't think this is a very good team. So if you're picking cotton, you may only get 10 wins, but you're going to get really good numbers. So I'll be in on Cotton, but I'm not loving him. I like him. Like, not love. Don't go crazy on me. I like him, but I don't love him. I do love Mitch Haniger, and my bold prediction is out of Dyson, Martine, and Haniger, it's Haniger who's the most valuable outfielder for the Seattle Mariners. He gets 20 home runs. He gets 20 stolen bases. He emerges as the real guy there. Martine is okay. Dyson's okay, but Dyson doesn't hit for enough power, and maybe he gets hurt. Martine does his usual 15 home runs, but hits 240. But Haniger hits 280 and looks the part of a real good player. Like him a lot. Keep your eye on Mitch Haniger. All right, for the Tampa Bay Rays, my one bold prediction, Kevin Kiermaier, top 20, top 30 outfielder. He is a great defensive outfielder. He's great. Not good, he's great. But I think this is the year that Kevin Kiermaier hits 20 home runs and steals 35 bases. And we're talking about Kevin Kiermaier next year like we're talking about Starling Marte this year. Second, third round pick. That's my bold prediction. For the Texas Rangers, my bold prediction, Rougned Odor, second place MVP to Mike Trout. Odor hits 35 home runs and 25 stolen bases. He goes crazy this year. Rougned Odor. That's right, Rougned Odor, second place in MVP. And then finally, for the Toronto Blue Jays, my guy, Aaron Sanchez, wins the AL Cy Young Award. That is right, my bold prediction, 200 innings pitched, 200 or more strikeouts, stellar ERA, stellar whip, wins the AL Cy Young Award, Aaron Sanchez. Not Chris Sale, not Corey Kluber, Aaron Sanchez. So there you have it. Now here's what I'll tell you about bold predictions. They're bold. Am I going to be right? I'd love to be right on all of them. Am I going to be right on most of them? I don't know, but I think I got a shot here. I really do. I think I've got a good shot. I try to be reasonable with my bold predictions, and I hope they work out for you. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I want you to go to scoutfantasy.com. I want you to enter the promo code ROTO. That's ROTO. You pay for 1 month, you get 2 more months for free. You will get my bold predictions. You will get my information. You will get my daily blogs. You will get Sean Childs' information. You'll get Adam Ronis' player profiles. You will get our seasonal content, our DFS content. You will get our scout scores and our optimizer to help you win across the board. That's how we roll. We want you to be successful. We want you to be part of the Scout Army. If you win, we win, and we all win together. And there's nothing better than winning your fantasy league, whether it's football or baseball or golf or basketball or hockey. We cover you at scoutfantasy.com. All right, back tomorrow with the bold predictions for the National League. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!